Here we are, Southern Dialects Part 2. As you can see, I have changed location um, because if I stay too long in one place during social distancing, I go crazy. So, we're in the office. This is page 46, the individual practice exercises. And so I'm going to first do the key sound word drill. I'm going to stop at the semicolons. This is the bottom of the left-hand column on page 46. All right. Any, mirth, right, law, dog, enter, ought, ask, take, after, straw, bid, tire, earn, 20, glass, Paul, ought, cushion, add, age, horror, itch, find, my, book, when, bought, her, hand, taught, fault, fire, laughter, general, tack, am, neighbor, man, murder, court, tell, like, marry, where, fallen, edge, basket, were, been, stood, right, there, did, Harry, hand, draw, going, where, all, path, might, come, well, worth, chair, in, bath, men, thought, stray, cur, stood, on, floor. Where else are you going to stand? Floor, tender, right, adore, age, arc, is, scarf, hand, well, prefer, end. Key sounds in sentence context at the bottom of page 46 going into page 47. Again, I will try to take pauses, but if I get in a hurry, you can pause it with the pause button. The gentleman gave $10 to his favorite charity. The father adored the daughter and was very tender with her. The early bird saw the worm in the dirt. The purse was worth a sight more than the general paid for it. The men from Tennessee might live to a ripe old age. Harry is going to give it to you. The man put the ham in the bath water. I prefer the dog which Paul bought. My aunt brought her gentle brother to the law court. Let me do that again. The gentle probably wouldn't have pronounced the T. My aunt brought her gentle brother to the law court. Mary did not want to edit the author's book. A little old dog sat inside the fence on the edge of the yard. Take the glass and the dish to the other neighbor. The car sat for 4 hours before the door. Larry caught the chair which he thought was falling into the fire. Carrie was wearing her pretty corsage to the important gathering. He scarcely had the strength to put the heavy bar under the tire. Tell Claude he ought not to call Ben a liar. Where laughter is heard, someone is having a right good time. I can't help thinking that the eggs in the basket ought to have been better. I met her at the edge of the bigger courtyard and took her hand before leading her down the path to the right of the building. That's a long one, so I'm going to break it up. I met her at the edge of the bigger courtyard and took her hand before leading her down the path to the right. It looks like a lot of fun. And so I'm going to read to you an excerpt from Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. Edgar Allan Poe, of course, was born and raised in Virginia and Maryland, so he would have had a Southern dialect. So, here we go. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary o'er many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently tapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this, and nothing more." Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, nameless here for evermore. "Prophet," said I, "thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore." Quoth the Raven, "Nevermore."